Ferguson, 34 years old. Incredibly, Anthony Showtime Pettis still just 31. Ferguson, the slightly taller man. He will have a 4-inch edge in reach. All right, now to get you started for the co-main event, here is Bruce Buffy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 21 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, presenting the former WEC lightweight champion and the former UFC lightweight champion, presenting the number 8 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Anthony Showtime Pettis. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 24 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Orange County, California, presenting the former interim UFC lightweight champion and the number 2 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Toни Kukui Ferguson. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, our referee. Brittany Palmer, thank you very much. Ready to go here, round 1 of 3 in this co-main event. Tony Ferguson back on that UFC canvas for the first time in about a year, taking on Showtime Pettis. Ferguson came home from the hospital after surgery in April, immediately started doing 20-pound curls until he couldn't work out anymore. He is a freak.
See Pettis going right after the knees right away of Ferguson.
Right away.
Right after the leg. And it already hurts. You see him limping already. Can't get kicked in the legs. That hurts.
And Ferguson returns to him.
And you see the scar on the side of his knee. Pettis going right after that lead leg.
Yeah, it seems like Ferguson's limping a little bit on that leg.
It looks like it hurts. He just got kicked in it very hard.
Well, you got to realize when you're talking about 6 months from a catastrophic knee surgery like that, I mean, completely detached from the bone, massive scar, you got to wonder if it's 100%.
It's only been 6 months?
Yeah, April. Injury was April 1st.
Well, Dom, you're a guy who's come back from multiple surgeries. You know how long it takes. It's very rare that someone can come back from a gigantic knee surgery and be 100% after 6 months.
Well, 6 months is a ridiculous time frame, I'll be honest. It takes at least 9 to get as strong as you need it. So the fact that he's pushing the pace like that is pretty crazy.
Nice stick.
And I don't like the way he's moving. It looks like it's hurt.
He might have rushed it, but we don't know.
Yeah.
You can't talk about that with Ferguson.
Right, it could have been the kicks that Pettis landed.
Because he looks good now.
Or it could be that it's hurt.
The biggest thing Ferguson said he wanted to do was utilize his jab in this fight. That was going to be the biggest problem for Pettis. And what's cool about it is he switches and he's got a really good southpaw jab and a really good conventional jab.
Oh yeah, he can absolutely fight from anywhere. The question is, did he give himself enough time to recover from the surgery?
And he did no physical therapy. He took his recovery into his own hands, none.
I don't know what to say about any of that. I honestly have no words for that.
Don't shoot the messenger.
He's crazy. I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's brilliant in that regard.
Correct. That's his own way.
The Pettis camp felt like they picked up a lot of things on tape of Ferguson being a hittable guy. Tony said, watch all the film you want. I'll pick him apart on the feet. We have hit the midpoint of round 1.
Blocked it all, though.
And nothing landed.
Well, he spends a lot of time working on a Wing Chun dummy. He does that.
Yeah.
I mean, he does a lot of really unorthodox stuff in terms of mixed martial arts.
Your friend Eddie Bravo talks about him training for 6 hours straight. I mean, it's absurd.
Well, Eddie's trained with a lot of guys. He said he's never seen anyone with the kind of endurance that Tony has.
I know you hit that elliptical for 2 hours the other day, though.
I mean, his pressure is crazy. The pressure that he's putting on Pettis right now is silly. This is exhausting to move the way Pettis has to, and he's guessing too because look how Ferguson moves his head, switches combination, switches, always giving you a different look, and always pressuring you. And he's not chasing; he's heading off Pettis.
Yeah, tremendous pressure, and whatever we thought was going on with his leg earlier might have just been. Ooh, and there's another hard leg kick to that leg, but he looks fine.
Yeah, nice counter right from Ferguson.
And he's using it a lot. Inside leg kick with that leg. He's landed several to Pettis' left leg. Tremendous pressure, though. Look at him.
Pettis doing a good job seeing everything. The only thing that worries me is moving back this much is exhausting if you're Pettis. That pressure is just ridiculous. And he's got to clinch him or do something to deal with the pressure. Go to the body of Ferguson, fake a shot, throw uppercut, throw knees, something. Because right now Ferguson is just on him.
All over him. Front kick to the body. Inside leg kick again. I mean, he is just smothering Pettis. Pettis just can't get any space.
He's basically keeping him in a phone booth by heading him off.
And he's slowing down. You're seeing Pettis' punches coming slower.
Well, the key is of what Ferguson's doing game plan-wise is now Pettis doesn't have his trickiness. He can't make reads. He can't have timing because he's moving back the whole time. Blocked.
Nice left hand there, stuck by Ferguson.
Beautiful uppercut. And look at him, walking him down, talking to him.
Beautiful jab there by Ferguson, former two-time All-American wrestler at Grand Valley State University as a wrestler.
Again, inside leg kick twice. And just does not get tired. It's one of the craziest things about this guy.
I think... Sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
Just as mentally tough as it comes, and he draws such strength from that. Couple big right hands from Ferguson. Pettis shakes him off, but a strong close to round one for El Kukui.
What a round.
Okay. Good round. Here's what I need you to do, though, okay? Breathe. Get some water in you, okay? Drink. There you go. Big mouth. All right, so listen to me. Keep hitting over his kicks, okay? Every time he kicks, he's wide open. Quick punch combo, kick at the end of it. You're doing great. Keep your hands high, though. Parry. I like your swagger. I like the mentality.
That's it, right there. That's smart. There you go. Don't aim so high every time, you hear me? Don't aim so high every time. Don't aim so high. All right, compose it. Give me a smile. Give me a smile. There you go. You took us hard. Put the press on it.
Head movement.
Head movement, the final thing in terms of the messaging from the Ferguson corner. Round two here.
Second round, fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Fight!
Well, the pressure's already exhausting, but then you add the fact that he's pressuring by switching stance, so that takes away your counter reads too. And then he's kicking your legs when he switches stance.
Yeah, he's chewing. Oh, he got him!
Hey, he's hurt. And that's one thing about Pettis. He can finish anything. He's on him. He's on him.
He's attacking the leg.
Oh, Ferguson bleeding bad here, busted open.
Beautiful by Pettis. And that's the thing, Pettis wanted a war. He wanted to feel this pain, and so he's in it. And now he got what he wanted. He hurt Ferguson, and now he has Ferguson's respect.
There's a lot of blood coming from somewhere.
Might be his jaw.
Yeah, it looks like the mouth of Tony Ferguson.
So some definite adversity here for Ferguson.
Pettis has got to be very careful of Tony's guard, though. I would like to see him try to just stand up.
I'm just glad this is on the ground because I want to see these two gentlemen grapple. Ferguson right after it, immediately staying offensive.
Well, there's a tremendous amount of blood coming out of Tony Ferguson's mouth. And you got to wonder what is going on.
I think it's from his head.
A lot of it coming from Pettis, too.
Head?
It's got to be the top of his head. Or is he, I don't know. I can't
It
tell.
might be from both gentlemen.
Yeah, they're both cut to
Pettis
pieces.
Pettis is
Pettis
losing
is
a ton
cut
of
from
blood
an
here.
elbow from Ferguson.
This fight as advertised so far.
This is what they wanted, and this is what we get.
Jason Herzog's going to check that cut of Anthony Pettis.
I think it was on the ground that he landed that. I think he threw it in the guard and landed it on Anthony in the guard.
This can't be that bad that they have to stop this.
No, well, right.
It's not above the eye, so they won't stop it because it's not above the eye.
Oh, it's in the hairline. It's a giant cut on the right side of his head.
I need another rag for his eyes. Please, a rag. How are we doing? He's good. He's fine. Okay, one moment. I need a rag. Let's get over.
Herzog now calling for a rag to clear Tony's eyes.
Good reffing by Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, one of the best in the business.
This is a fight.
We are the only three gentlemen sitting in the T-Mobile Arena right now.
Woo! Oh my goodness, it's getting wild.
I'm just thankful for this fight right here, right now.
I mean, how's this as an appetizer for Khabib and Conor? 3 minutes to go in this second of a possible 3 rounds. Ferguson ripping the body there.
Ferguson seems to have fully recovered.
And he's never even looked tired for a second. Just his head got jogged a little. Watch Pettis look for an overhand right. It's there all night.
Pettis flat against the cage here.
But he's looking like the pressure is just too much again like it was earlier. He landed a beautiful shot in between, and that's what he was saying he needed to do. Find the openings and land.
Non-stop output and forward motion from Tony Ferguson.
I mean, he puts pressure on you like no one else in the business. Right hand to the body.
Oh.
Right hand.
Pettis forced to retreat here. Under 2 minutes to go in the round.
Oh, left hook.
Pettis has taken a lot of big shots here, Joe.
Big elbow.
I mean, Ferguson is just
He
non-stop.
sliced up the left side of him as well now.
See, the thing about Ferguson is he loves the pain.
He does. Pettis, I think, cut from that cloth as well. He is masked in blood here.
Pettis showing his toughness right now. He's not out of this. He's still throwing heat, and he can still drop Ferguson at any point. We've seen it. Oh,
there's that elbow
beautiful.
again.
Grab
Beautiful.
the hand, slip over the top with an elbow.
Oh!
There's the right hand. That's there all night for him if he can fire it at the right time.
Ooh, left hand lands flush for Pettis.
Oh my goodness. I can't take this after the Derek Lewis fight.
They're literally fighting in a phone booth right now.
This is amazing.
Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness.
Another elbow from Tony Ferguson. Under a minute to go in the round.
These guys are just exchanging in the corners.
Oh, that cut on Anthony Pettis is something else.
Nice elbows by Ferguson. He mixes it up so well, and he doesn't stop being offensive.
No such thing as breathing room when you're fighting Tony Ferguson.
Oh! Those are landing very heavy. Ferguson's hitting him very hard. Pettis needs to get on his bike and start moving. He can't sit here like this.
And we just got showered with blood here in the booth. Final seconds of the round. Pettis covers up. Mixed martial arts.
Goodness gracious.
Unbelievable pressure.
Unreal fight so far.
Breathe. All right, listen to me, son, okay? Drink. Breathe, Anthony. Big breath. Okay, you're good.
You gotta
you're
look
good.
up, Anthony.
Look up,
You
look
gotta
up.
look up,
Okay.
man.
What do you want to do? If you can't go, we got to stop it. What do you want to do? You tell me. That hand's broken?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? I don't want you going out there if you can't fight the way you need to fight, all right? I can't have you fighting him if you didn't got that hand, all right? Hand's broken. Yeah,
That's
he
it.
broke his hand.
So that's the fight.
Wow.
Anthony Pettis breaks his right hand. Duke Roufus not going to send his longtime pupil out there. Somewhat somewhat anticlimactic, but El Kukui is back in a big way tonight.
Can't continue.
Wow, that's surprising.
Broke his hand. Can't continue.
You know, we sometimes sit here and bemoan the fact that corners don't save their fighters often enough. I know people are going to take issue with this. Any thoughts, Joe, in the immediate aftermath of that decision?
No one knows Anthony Pettis better than Duke Roufus. If Duke Roufus thinks it's a good idea to stop the fight, there's no way anyone should disagree with that. He knows what should be done and what shouldn't be done. It's one of his biggest weapons. If he broke his hand, and it seemed like he didn't want to continue either, he didn't want to fight this monster with one hand.
Right.
You know, it's a good move because Tony Ferguson probably would have just beat the snot out of him.
And how about the outpouring of emotion from Tony Ferguson? We tried to set it up as best we could, but what the last 6 months have held for this absolute warrior of a human being to come back and produce the way he did tonight is truly the stuff of legends. His UFC record lightweight winning streak is now 11. And for Anthony Showtime Pettis, his stock rises in defeat here tonight.
And here we go. Insane. The big right hand lands. He throws an inside kick, and Pettis just hits him with a huge right hand and just puts him down. Then here you see he's cut, and he's finally just like, yes, this is what I wanted. Havoc. And he gets it. Ferguson cuts him over his left eye. Elbows, grabbing the hands the whole time. Non-stop punches, trading. These guys are fighting in a phone booth, bleeding all over each other, bleeding all over us. Reckless abandonment. Bodies were put on the shelf, and they just didn't care. Then Ferguson looking back at Pettis. Got you. Got you. You're done. I see you.
Bruce Buffer now with that decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, Anthony Pettis' corner has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Tony El Kukui Ferguson.